Hey, everybody, it's Grand Madam on a Thursday. I have been pretty much struggling with, I do that. I'm a worry wart. I analyze and worry over everything. What I'm going to do with the membership. All I have to do now is to upload some videos and things. And I'm going to put my love videos on in the membership piece, in the private piece, and some other little ditties you may not expect. Classes in tarot, and I don't know if I want to call them classes as much as I'd like to call them discussions in tarot. Because not only will I have readings there, I will have discussions. What this card means, what happens when we put this card together with that card, and maybe some box openings and uh, offerings, book offerings, or something like that. Definitely, I'm going to do at least once a month. I don't know how I'm going to do this, raffle it or what. Someone's going to get a free tarot reading in front of it, not in front of everybody, but with your permission, which is going to be wise free. I'll put it under one of those tiers also. Um, I'm going to throw bits and pieces of my sound in there, but I think I'm going to keep most of that for my other website that I have not had the chance to get to, and energetic tools for self mastery, which is all it is. But you know what I found out, and I should have known this. I am a communication major, and I forgot about all this. The fewer words, the more attention you get from folks. And so I'm going to upgrade that. I'm going to get started. I don't want to look like this too casual for that. I have a brand new light that's acting weird. Okay. Um, for that, I'm thinking I'm going to change the title of that and call it Sound Success. It's more like, I had out my FB, on my Facebook site there where I was inviting people to come along on my journey to life, the unknown, what makes this world tick, what makes me tick, what makes us tick, and what is success really about. And especially, I'm still trying to get this light on. That's just dim. Um, I left it alone, it came back. Okay. Especially in light of what's going on now. Because I don't know about you folks, but my whole concept of wealth and success is changing. And on that note, hold on a second, my teapot's going off. Wealth and success. Wealth and success. What does it really mean these days? What does it really mean these days? Hold on, let me get my pot. That was a broadcasting no, if there ever was one. You don't ever leave like that for a minute. I was in the broadcasting business, and I'm like, let me get the hell out of here real quick. I am so glad YouTube was invented. Now, about wealth and success. What is wealth? What is success? Uh, in my life has been like a spiral. And let's just say I started point A and I have experiences and I make money. And then I level up to point B. Then I have a problem. I lose my money, have experiences, and then I level. Do I level up? Am I leveling up to point C, or am I going back down to point A, level A? For the longest time, I thought I kept dropping back down, taking one step forward, two steps back, like a dance, the dance of life, only to find out, no, dear. Look at it this way. You made it to step C, you made it to level C, and you're still having some problems that came with levels A and B. But since you've already had the experience, you've had the lessons that both A and C provided, A and B provided, while you're on C, you can manage them now. Okay? And that's where I am again. And guess what? It doesn't stop because of you are of a certain age. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. But it is so eye-opening when you look back and discover, well, damn, didn't I live in a place look like this? That looks a lot like this 40 years ago, 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and like, why am I still recreating my mother's house? Well, point A, level A. You're just going back, and as you learn, you advance, and you stop, and you don't go backwards. You just stop for a minute or for a while and pull out the lessons you've learned from your last level, and you apply them to what you're dealing with in this level, and you either move on or you stay stuck a while. And I'm like, so getting back to wealth and success. Um, I am learning what is the definition of wealth, and it's a personal definition. I always thought it was having a lot of money, your own island, your own plane, your own yacht, blah 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 blah. Only to find out that we can consider ourselves wealthy if we have a roof over our head, plenty of food, and you know a storm's coming, you don't have to run out to get your toilet paper or your bread because you've got it already. Pantry's full. Your beverages have arrived. All you need now is the company. You've got your heat, you've got your food, you've got your loved ones, wealth, bills paid, a little bit of extra, a whole lot of extra. You're not telling anybody. You're keeping that to yourself. Is that not a form of success? Is that not success for some people? Because what we're seeing now, we are seeing the most successful people that we know of in earshot of this place where we live or are located, caught up in the most heinous behaviors, crimes that we can imagine, being charged with heinous crimes. They're being exposed. Do you have to lie, cheat, and steal to be wealthy? I don't believe that. Do you have to sell your soul to be wealthy? I don't believe that either because I'm on the spiral that keep going up one level, one level, one level, one level up. And where I sit now, I won't be sitting next year this time. Maybe I should take a picture to remind me when, way back when. But what we see in the news these days should make people think. And how about the college president that has been, she's had allegations of plagiarism made by someone who's a plagiarist, allegedly. What we've thought about as truth has turned out to be a bunch of bullshit, lies. Not just bullshit lies, but a systematic script for the masses. And what we're finding out is our on high turns out to be in the billion dollar realm, and not much higher than that, if at all. Just some food for thought, because I tell you, between that supposed list, Epstein's list, I looked at that list. I said, these are the fundraisers. I've seen Eyes Wide Shut. And we are having a time right about now with trying to discern what is the truth and what is a lie. And we're going to continue to have times like that. Today, if you woke up at 3:00 in the morning, I've got my to make life simpler for me. I went out and bought this. That way I don't have to look up anything or write it down. If you got up at 3:00 in the morning with the moon in Libra in opposition to Chiron in Aries, part of you wanted to negotiate while the other part of you wanted to get into a knockdown, drag out fist fight. Over what? It doesn't even matter. Talk about stress. 3:00 in the morning. Now, later on that morning, Mars entered Capricorn. Now you want to organize. That was at 7 in the morning. Get the kids ready, get them out of here, go to school. 6:58 a.m. Now, 7:37 a.m., Moon in Libra, quincunx. Yeah, it's a quincunx. Uranus and Taurus. Well, what does all that mean? Now, you want the nice things, you want the beautiful things, you want to wear beautiful clothes, eat the best foods. But there's a problem. What the problem is, I don't know. But you have your moon in Libra that's 150 degrees away from your Uranus and Taurus, which wants things. I don't know how Uranus thinks it's going to move fast with Taurus in it, because it's not. But your luxury and your comfort is becoming a problem. That's a stressor. Then we have Moon in Libra, sextiling Mercury in Sagittarius. That might be a good thing. Because if you're, for whatever reason, concerned about your comfort being lost, or you have to negotiate what's comfortable to you into a position where it's uncomfortable. Hey, y'all, how are you? That's not good. That's not going to make you feel good. And last, but what do we have here? Oh, with some more. Last but not least, 7:00 this evening, we have Mars in Libra, quincunx again. This is Neptune in Pisces. Now, that could mean you're just going out of a date and watching a good movie, a fantasy movie. That would be cool. Or just curled up in Netflix and Watch the movie for a reason. Exactly. Watch the movie. Which is a nice way to end. But in the meantime, during the day, this is people are going to be stressed and they don't know why. And oh, I left my instruments. Well, here's something. Maybe before I throw a reading, throw the cards down. Let me pull this out real quick, just for a minute or two. That's the wrong one. How do I know it's irritating me? Yes, Grand Madam. Yeah, I can tell by the sounds. I'm beginning to tell by the sound. I can differentiate between the sounds notes now, because these things have notes. Yes, these things have notes. That sounds so much better for right now. And I've written the notes on the box. I know, tacky, but oh, this is a first. The chord is A, C, E, and B. All right, enough of that. Because my first one was the one I had my B chord. As soon as I heard it, I was ready to fly into a bad mood. But now, sound it's going to do more than calm nerves. They're using ultrasounds now. I don't know how they're doing it, but I understand the principle. An ultrasound, they're now taking away back pain. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Why should I sign up for ultrasound when I've got my singing bowls upstairs? I just need somebody to help. If I get them up on my spine, sometimes it's not that easy to go bang, but it works. But now they're moving into ultrasound and the things that ultrasound can do, the things that they can actually manipulate with sound waves, running them through the body, what that can do, what kind of health that can restore, how it eases the pain, takes the pain away without being intrusive. But anyway, I speak too much. I am going to, I already said it's a frustrating day for some of us. Looks like many of us. So what I'm going to do is just to check and see what energy we have right now. For all you within earshot, whoever sees this, what is the energy around you? And if it's a good one, we're going to keep it. Be conscious enough to keep in that energy. What does that mean, Grandma? Repeat your thoughts. Whatever thoughts you have that are making you feel good and making you feel up, keep them. The other thoughts, if you can't completely dismiss them, put them on the side. Like, I'll deal with that later. That's basically how it's done. Okay. And take that from a worry wart like me. I feel so much more peaceful when I'm not. I just stop. It's not even a meditation. I just stop thinking. Sit there and stare at the wall. Sit there and stare at the table. My cup. It's something I have to focus my eyes on. And sound does even better. And I'm just free from whatever that thought is as long as I keep my focus. So, what is the energy around Grand's Collective as we speak? Tarot team, we're here. Okay. It's so happy. Okay. Just take it from here. All right. I'm using the Rider Waite, and I know I'm going to need more room than this. Come on, light. Thank you. Light, I'm not going to fool with you. If I leave it alone, you'll act right. Overall energy, yay. Regret and feeling bad. That's it. That's not frustration. What is this? Okay. Devil, blockages, addictions, dirty deeds. I can't wait to see what's crossing it. All right. This is interesting. Somebody was doing a juggling act. Someone has been, now this is not going to be, if it's not for you, you just enjoy the story. Okay. Do not accept this energy if it's not for you. Because basically, what this is talking about is someone has been walking a tightrope for a long time and they've been caught. And now they have years of regret. And I wonder if this, we'll see, has anything to do with the Epstein list, which I still say looks more like a fundraising list because I used to produce fundraising lists, okay, for the various colleges and things. Somebody's under pressure. Or some folk, ooh, all right, folks, I think I have hit the Epstein energy here. Untold stories now being told. People under pressure. People with money. Um, Six of Pentacles. People who give money, as in fundraising. The big people, the people who can, well, this is somebody who is so wealthy, he can, give to the poor. That the government is on their case. You know what that sounds like? That whole, this is that Epstein energy. Somebody is asking themselves, this is the concern, how much someone is asking themselves, how deep should I go with this investigation? We have these relationships that are very important and they're being called out. Associations. Look at this. Look at that. We're talking about illegal relationships, illegal associations. We're talking about someone who's been given a great deal of anxiety regarding the same. Lack of confidence. Confidence is waning. It's falling apart. And here come the judge. King of Swords. And the judge says, wealthy women. The wealthy, people keeping their money. It could be the judge wondering how deep. It's under the, okay. The way I'm looking at this is, let's just say the wealth is being scrutinized by this guy. Oops. The judge is not going to scrutinize. The lawyers are, the DAs are, okay, prosecutors are, and they bring it to the judge. A lot of money involved. Okay. This is a small Page of Cups. Small invite, a small opportunity. Maybe it's a break. Mental challenges, they need a break. And I think the emotional challenge, I'm not sure who needs a break now. All the involved, I'm not sure. People are trying to keep what they have. What people? I guess the people on that list, because it is global. It is global. What do they call that? What do they call that flight? Starts with an F. Not flight plan. When you have your passengers on, and let me tell you something, folks. One of the cases I worked on had a phony visitor, had a phony blah, blah, the flight plan was accurate. This word keeps dancing around my head, but the list of passengers was not. So, what we have here, I do not know why that word is so difficult for me to retrieve right about now, but anyway, we have someone who, or some folks, who are jammed up. They are exposed by law in a situation that they would prefer never to be exposed by. This is creating a lot of anxiety and lack of confidence. I don't know why we ended up in Epstein when I was trying to work on grounding the frustration that most of us regular folks will be going through. But if we take it, that's the macrocosm, I guess. If we bring it down to our base level, we're not base, we're beyond that. But everyday level of ordinary people, we can say that someone is feeling, someone has been left out of a situation where they have been, let's say somebody had two jobs, two part-time jobs, because they couldn't get a full job. And it seems that those having those two part-time jobs has now blocked them from getting where they want to be, from going where they want to be, from making the money somewhat, but there were other things that they needed. They needed to be in the, let's say, in the energy of certain people that could hire them and bring them up and push them forward. Someone with a college degree working at 7-Eleven and Home Depot, and they have a degree in psychology, and they can't do a damn thing with it in Home Depot. They can sell, but it's not like a hard sell. Basically, they're doing more stocking of boxes. And finally, something happens to them. It could be a slip and fall. It could be they've gotten fired. It could be an unexpected bill that is as much as their entire paycheck. Pressure, pressure. And now they cannot make ends meet by themselves. They need assistance. So now they're really thinking about, it could be child support for some, car insurance for others. All right. What can I possibly do? I mean, this working these two jobs has not done anything but gotten me into a world of mess and more bills. What can I possibly do? I'm, worried about it. Can't sleep. Confidence in themselves is kind of dropping down low. But still, they can issue good, sound advice as a counselor. But they don't have certification yet because they just have a bachelor's in psychology. They've got to go all the way to PhD level, and that could be what they need to close that cycle and move on. Bottom of the deck. I'm not sure what happened, but someone made a disappointing presentation, and now they're like at home or isolated and trying to figure out where they went wrong because they really messed up their presentation. Put this over here. There was data gathering, information, official. That means if this information is wrong, somebody's going to lose their job because then they have the wrong data, bad information. Someone went and snuck. Someone secretly retrieved data on an individual. Let's keep going. That has created a lot. Oh, brought a tower down. And yes, my dears, now we're into the university. It's not just university towers. It's going to be some church towers. It's going to be something that deals with the past, something that has a past heritage or legacy tied to now heritage tied to it. And did I say tied? I meant tied. Some of these even involve children. That's going to be the educational piece. But then we have a historical piece. Oh my God. And then we have this. All of it is going to be changed because we're looking at an illusion of something. We're like looking at false presentation. That's exactly what it is. False presentation. And I'm going to have to move these back like this. So what we have been told, what we have been shown about this is a conversation between spirit and myself. The elite has been directly challenged. Those who have challenged the ways things are done in this society has gone about to expose how things are done, the foilables, the screw-ups, the loopholes in the elite education, in the elite corporations, in the elite whole empire, the society itself. But in exposing the loopholes, the damages, the bending of rules, the crimes, the violations, what they did not understand is that they had to have exposed themselves first. Damn. Oh, spirit. And that's going to bring about their end. Now, that's what I'm seeing there. In other words, it takes one to get one. And then they both go down. There's going to be a lot of regret, a lot of hurt feelings, a lot of people leaving, trying to leave the scenario, relocating, getting out of the United States. Let's just watch and see who. A lot of conflict created by this. Okay, here we go with the people to expose the elite, the methods they've used because they've watched the methods and they've done them themselves. But now the methods have turned back against them, that they turned against the elite. And like, you're going to use their own scenarios to catch us, huh? We got something for you. We're coming at you full force. And like, ooh, here we go with the rituals. Spiritual development, psychic development, Oh, we're coming for you betrayed us. You betrayed us. You told our secrets. And now some people are looking afar. Where can we go to live? Where can we go to make some more money? Because we can't do it here. This Queen of Swords is going to jam us right up. Oops. Going to stop everything. The laws will be applied to us now. Okay, that's macro. Let's bring it down to everyday Jack and Jill. Mm-hmm. And our two spirit sisters and brothers. Well, two spirit family members. I'm Heritwell. This non-binary is new to me. Forgiveness. Okay. This culture war was instituted. It was not natural. But was it not inspired for change? Yes, it was, but not like this. There were supposed to be decent discussions, Socratic debates. Not false promotions, not getting people fired, not starting a war. Really? Come on, Spirit. Keep talking. I know you hot now. Go ahead. It was never supposed to be like this. Well, come on, Spirit. You on your area and this your realm, and down in here, this realm is a lot different than your realm. One of these guides, which, okay, one of my guides is really my real lofty one. Sees everything in love and light, and how we can make change in a very artistic of that one. She's pissed, or it's pissed. It is what it is, and we're going to have to power through this or allow things to unfold, Spirit. We're going to have to just allow things to unfold. I know, but it's just so unnecessary. It would be unnecessary for you, Spirit. We don't function unless we get kicked in the teeth every now and then. We don't function well. We get lazy, complacent, and run over. Okay, moving right along. Um, let's all of this included in our frustration. Stay grounded. The frustration. I'm talking directly with you now. The frustrations now. The storms. Watch out for the earthquakes, folks. That's another thing. I want you to just stay grounded because, I mean, what else can you do? Worry yourself to death, worry yourself into a stroke, worry yourself into an accident. So just stay grounded. Um, Earthquakes. Okay. How I learned that, though, what I learned was when you have in large numbers really gotten out of nature's system or synchronicities. You have earthquakes, you have storms, you have volcanic eruptions, you have floods, you have all those things that can wipe out large numbers of people. Um, there were several, well, Japan got hit with earthquakes. They had a big one. I don't know what's going on in Japan. New York had, it was weekend, New York City had earthquakes, little mini ones. Maryland, down here in the DMV, had earthquakes. I didn't feel a thing. But at 2.3 on the Richter scale, I wouldn't. Um, where else? They were a little shimmying and shaking over there. Where is, in California, but that's not unusual. But this was around Yellowstone, around that volcano over there. Uh, let's just say the shimmying and shaking of the earthquake is like the earth plates are shifting. I had a strange dream that as the earth was shifting, as the plates of the earth were shifting and creating earthquakes and tsunamis and all that good stuff, I was shifting with it. I was a part of it. Well, we are. But I was consciously aware of being a part of the living earth being. And she was going through changes, and I was just shifting with her. And I wasn't afraid. Wasn't holding on like this. It was like, here we go. What's next? I don't know. But I think we're full in right now into Spirit. Are we in the worst part of the shift yet? Oh, hell. Spirit said no. So that means there'll be more revelations and more shifting in consciousness, more shifting in the way things are done. I was talking about, I think, different for 2024. And I was thinking of medical technology and sound. And it's going to be even more vast than that. Oh, damn. I lost the thought. Well, it'll come back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's just look at this. Once the shift is completed, we will be at the onset of the golden age. How many of us are going to live long enough to enjoy it? None of us. Okay. But we're there. The shift will be completed in 2025. That means once the shift is completed, then we can lay down the proper foundation. Okay. Spirit wants me to do this. Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. This deck, this reading, as I was ready to hang up. Okay. Oh, King of Swords. Who is this King of Swords? Rules and regulations. That's what I wanted to ask. Okay. Okay, we're going to go this way. That I have the King of Swords plus conflict. Foolish behavior. Foolish behavior. Now, what about the foolish behavior? You don't want to be foolish around anybody like this. This is defense. Uh-oh. Agreements, lovers. The lover's card does not always mean love, okay? It be business agreements, contracts. We have the 10 of Cups. That's a happy family situation. What are we doing with this? 3 of Pentacles, presentation, concern, delusions. Sun, ooh, the sun and the moon, exposure. What is going on? What makes us really happy? 9 of Cups. Again, abandonment, poverty. Damn, that's the Queen and the King of Swords. Oh, I don't like this. We're gonna have some new laws in place. We have some new laws coming that will be very disappointing. Okay. In America, stay still. In America, will we lose our freedom of speech? That's a no. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. I was worried about that. Um, will we lose our academic freedom to teach? We lose our academic freedom. No. Okay. All right. That's cool too. What else? What else? What else do I see here? What are these? I need some little ones. Let's see what these laws are about. There are going to be some new laws here. What are they about? These laws are going to be about resolving conflicts. Yeah, politics. What about it? Another time, please. The end of the cultural war is going to be there are going to be new laws in place about conflict. There will be new protections to maintain what we do have. Okay. I'm going on the King and Queen of Swords. Uh, what laws? What laws will be established? And they will be established quickly. Uh-oh. This is the sweetheart. What else? Okay, he wants to come out. Ah! Look at this. Service. Now, I might not be right. I might be wrong. Sweetheart service. Are there going to be laws on sweetheart service? Let's keep going. What else? Oh, let's see what dropped out. Okay, surprise. Waiting and surprise. Maybe one more or two more. Sweetheart service. Gift and friend. If that's not prostitution or a new way of courting that's going to be legalized, my ears are getting cold. I don't know what. The sweetheart service is waiting. Surprise. Then they have friends with gifts. And what else? You know what? How much you want to bet they're going to legalize? I, I'm seeing and hearing that you're going to be, before you can, boyfriends and girlfriends and girlfriends and girlfriends and guy friends and guy friends and all in between, you're going to have to contract. Contract to register your relationship. Let me take a drink. I'm seeing it. It's like the movie. I tried it. What? I read the book. What is that movie about? You're not being supposed. It's futuristic type of thing where emotions are like a zero and like you are assigned a partner. They're wearing these off-white suits and running around. The walls are gray. Everything looks just black and white, and it's a color movie. Not black and white, gray and cream. Not even completely white. It's a color movie, and everybody's so happy and content. And these are the people who lived inside the wall. Everything looks like it's a futuristic city, and everything is there. You command you, that bell goes off, you go to lunch, bell goes off, you leave lunch, the bell goes off, you go back to work, the bell goes off, you leave work, that and the people outside of that compound, outside of the other side of the wall, is like everyday people like we are today. The problem is they live in the woods where they don't have to live by those rules. That's what I'm seeing. Yes, and it's just you. You live in your cubicle. Well, not your cubicle. You live in your little high-rise, one-bedroom apartment or studio, whatever that was, and you're. Let's see what else. Let's see. They're getting ready to. Ooh, yes. You know, and AI is involved in it. Oh boy. This is a behavior modification system because your mating behavior is definitely going to be scrutinized and checked and legalized and transacted. Jeez, what's this? Wedding. Okay, wait a minute. Something just flipped over. Yeah, that's the consolation for people who don't want to get married. So since you don't want to get married, it's coming. You're going to have to sign up to have a sweetheart, to get the sweetheart service. Yeah. Hold on, it's something I want to show you. Whenever this comes up, it's something I want to show you, and it's a book, and I don't know where it is, but right now I see it from here. It's The Age of the Bachelor: Creating a Subculture, an American Subculture. Okay, you see this? Let me pull it back some. I want you to study this. This is the Gentleman's Club. Every city has one. No women are allowed, not even as maids or servants or waiters. And it'll blow your mind. It's interesting reading. It's interesting reading. It tells you where the bachelors come from, and it tells you some things you might find uncomfortable, but you see the word an American subculture, they're not having that. They're not having it. In this book, it talks about at the beginning of this country how they would, the police, the sheriff, or the police, depending upon where you were living at the time, would snatch up single men on the street going to work. They needed to check them to find out what family they belonged to. And if they did not belong to a family, they're going to jail. And the same thing, they would knock on the door, bang, 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 for the females. If you did not have a family to sponsor you, you did not have your own family, to jail you go. And this registering your girlfriend, boyfriend, I wonder how this is going to work. It reminds me of this. Because there's not going to be any bachelors. Hopefully, I'm not living that long. So I don't have to deal with it. But this is like, I might have to deal with it because my card readings are like, what, 6 months to a year? Nobody's going to bother me. I'll go get the cats and call myself Cat Lady and get a white wig and pretend I'm the old cat lady in the block. They'll leave me alone. Can you imagine the police knocking on your door for the single woman in the household? Well, she stays here, but no, she's not married. And they put the cuffs on her. Wow. I mean, this is just so... And this is because they won't get married. So they're going to force them into some type of government restriction. Yeah, that's a restriction. Restricted relationship. Jeez. What else? I'm afraid to look. What else? Oh, this is at the end of the cultural war. So this is going to be, all right, this is going to be one of the negotiations, compromises of the culture war. And I'm going to tell you, the culture war, the whole thing that really gets my goat with this cultural war that we're so-called culture war It's not a culture war. We're being taken over. And it is a foreign element. And as Americans, I don't know why we're still sitting on our asses doing nothing, talking yak, yak, yak. Oh, that's a damn shame. Look what they've done. Look, isn't it interesting? Pleasure seekers, the letter communication to the merchants. So the merchants are going to create product for the pleasure seekers. But the pleasure yeah, that makes sense. That's a merchant for you. But now, what the heck is this? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see how the money goes once this cultural war is over. Okay. How should I word this? What is the economy? No, the people per capita. What's our money going to look like after this culture war is ended? First of all, I should look at who wins. Let's look at the money first. Oh, thank you. 2 likes. What? Nobody want to talk to me? Hey, CEO, you are the first. I was thinking that nobody wanted to talk to me today. I'm looking at this culture war. Oh my God, which is not a culture war at all. How is our money going to look? Yeah. Queen of Wands. We're doing some creative stuff. Yeah, look, we're going to get out there, exposure, success. Burdens. Okay. Then what we're going to do, we're going to start creating products to relieve some people's burdens, consumers' burdens. Our whole thinking process is going to change. You're not going to be stuck. That means I won't be stuck. We'll see the manipulations of the past. And we'll start doing things to focus on the new society of the future. Money is going to be slow for a while. But then there will be new enterprises coming along. I don't know if this means government control or they'll be watching. People will be holding on to what they have. And looking towards a good future. Justice could be balance in this case. Ooh, balance and success. This is my success card. Balance and success. Oh, yes, my Lord. It's also, what about it? Hold on. Okay, emotional challenge is movement. I'm sorry, mental challenge is movement. Emotional challenge is like we'll be doing a lot of data collecting because we're going to need to make information to make some decisions and choices. I'm going to grab these. Justice and the Empress. Justice. Looks like this. Justice, the slow justice for the empress, the pregnant woman. Justice, slow. Huh. That's probably what that means, but let me take a look. All right. Justice card, Knight of Pentacles, Empress. What does this mean? Clarify. Theo, you missed it a few moments ago before you came up. I had to, I was doing this reading, what to expect after the cultural wars have resolved, the cultural differences. And it's like, I picked those cards up. Since folks don't want to get married, their consolation is going to be they're going to have to register their girlfriends and boyfriends and lovers. I'm like, what? And if they don't register them, they will be in trouble. I'm like, oh, shucks. Okay, what is the Justice, Knight of Pentacles, Empress? Justice, Knight of Pentacles, Empress. Mm-hmm. Yeah, pregnancy. That's what that's about. A new pathway. I don't know what that means. They're going in a new direction because what they're working with now is not working. It's creating more despair for pregnant women. You know, they have actually made pregnancy a damn crime. I'm not talking no feminist shit. I'm so glad I'm the age I am and not my daughter's age. If push come to shove, if we have to hop a plane and get the hell out of here, we will. Because, I need to put one more down there. I'm talking. The message, what? Brief message. That's what I just said. The cards are saying what I just said. Yeah, you're in bad health. You have complications with your pregnancy. You're going to have to take a new path. You're in despair. You can be judged. You got to go to court over this crap. And I don't know what Wealthy Man and Thief is all about, but they lied. And the message is you're going to have to leave the country or leave the state to get taken care of. Getting back to it is something that's wrong here. I was talking about this, The Age of the Bachelor, and it was like, so wow. Yes. Yeah, partner. That's it. Partner. And you're going to have to register your partner. Because if they catch you on the street, I was doing just out of curiosity, I found this book online and said, I got to see this. This is somebody's dissertation or something, but it's interesting. Princeton University Press. At the beginning of this country, if they caught a guy, young man, and we talking about young white guys too, as well as blacks who are not slaves, but who are in the town and they might have left their rooming house to go to work. If the police, the sheriff, or whoever, depending upon whoever law enforcement was, caught them out there by themselves, they had to explain and prove to the police or the sheriff who their family was. What family has sponsored you? And if they could not prove that they had a sponsor, they went to jail. And they did the same thing when they caught the guys on the street and they walked into what do you call them? Boarding houses for women. Went through the women's boarding houses doing the same thing. You went to jail. And I hadn't even thought about that. That partner, yeah, they're going to have to register their partner since they don't want to go to jail. I mean, since they don't want to be married. But it's not my doing. It's theirs. It's all on them. So I was trying to find out pretty much the energy of the day is kind of frustrating where the planets are. And I just started with frustrations, ended up with the Epstein's passenger list, came back some kind of way, did the cards again, and this whole thing about the changing and the structure of um romantic relationships, or our relationships, just popped up again. It keeps popping up. I keep tired of looking at it, but it just, every time it pops up, it's got something new. It's really got something new added. It's a new dimension. And this registering your partner, well, that's what they get. That's what they get. Now, I don't know, but there are going to be some new laws in place. I don't know how soon this is going to happen or when it's going to happen. But yeah, I have heard people call their marriage partners partner. No, that's your husband or your wife. So we're not doing that anymore. It's partner. That ought to be interesting. Really interesting. Any questions before I go? Because I've been up here a little bit longer than I had planned to. But I'm not doing anything else. What the hell? Oh, I was talking about membership. And I'm going to, about pretty much what I was going to put on my membership thing. Benefits. Wait a minute. Let me, hold on. Okay, Theo says, yeah, low-key, we are headed that way because the way we use the term partner. Yeah. Because as a society, we're moving away from husband and wife to partner to cover everyone. Companies, oh, really? Okay. Now, I knew about the benefits, those health benefits. That was, I found that out when I was back there working in corporate. And this guy was he was talking, just how you just chit chat. At that time, I was smoking and out there doing the smoking bit, the smoke break. He was trying to figure out how to get his girlfriend on his health insurance. And I'm looking at him like he's nuts. Like, what? Why don't you? I didn't say it. I just like, But my thought was, if you're going that far, back in the day, when I was your age and maybe a few years younger, the reason people didn't get married is because they were already married, but they were in a situation where a divorce was not allowed. So, yes, I can understand that situation, but that still would be a waste of time for a person who's never been married and wants to be married. But now it's just people don't want the commitment or the responsibility of being married, but they want the benefits from being married. And that's not going to work like they think it is. Because either you're in charge of somebody's, you're in charge of somebody's life. You are beholding to the other person, And what this partnership thing looks like to me, it's going to be, I bet you after they finish with this partnership business, they'll be ready to get married. I bet you. Okay, now what was I saying about money before? There was something. Oh, I wanted to know who was going to win the, yeah, buying a house. Buying a house too. Who's going to win the culture wars? So-called culture wars. Yeah. Oh, wow. The grandparents. Oh, that's going to be a grand mess. That's going to be a grand mess. Because basically, for every little thing they need, they're going to have to run to the courthouse for this, run to the courthouse to get that, run to the courthouse back and forth and back and forth. Because there's no, well, who knows? If they're registered as partners, I don't know. Who's going to win the culture wars? The culture wars. I just hurt for my daughter, and she could care less. Who's going to win? Yeah, they know damn well what marriage is for. Hold on a second. Let me lay this down, and then I'm going to come right back to that question. which is what I have been, that answer to that question is what I have been feeling all of my adult life. And now somebody finally confirmed it on something I was looking at. But they know. Sociologists know clearly. Psychologists know clearly. Well, you know what? Okay. I don't think the elites are going to stay in power too much longer. New pathways, family room, that's the conference room, occupation, people doing, people working together, service reputation. It's a whole, because respect for, here we go, look, respect for the family returns. There's going to be a lot of poverty and hard work. Yeah, here we go, we're going to jail again. It's going to be rough for the first few cycles, I guess you would say. It's not going to work. Okay. It's not going to work. But anyway, they'll have to figure that out. Marriage is for the men. And I'm going to tell you how and why. Whoop, I'm showing my red hair. Marriage. I heard John Gray, Dr. John Gray, say this the other night on Coast to Coast, paraphrasing. He said, he was talking about and he talked about black men. He talked about black men who were raised by single women and how they were inundated with estrogen and how that would trigger their estrogen levels to rise way above their testosterone levels, which explains people like Jonathan Owens. Allegedly. But in his discussion, what he was talking about is when men are with other men, their testosterone rises. When men are with women, it drops to be able to relate to the women. Marriage is to temper that testosterone rise and keep it at a certain point where it's more manageable for the men. Otherwise, what was he saying? He said men with a high level of testosterone are, you're either going to be, what did he say? High level of testosterone, you're going to be, he didn't come out and say gay. He just said you're going the other way or you're going to jail. And that's where this straight out, it doesn't give a biological reason. It just says that's what they did. That's what they did at the beginning of American society. Marriage is basically the children and the women are sidebars, and which is not what we have been taught, is it? But the children and the women are just sidebars. The marriage is for the men to keep that biological that hormonal level at a certain point, so it doesn't go scooting off sky high. Because as long as he's in the company, the male is in the company of women and even children, that he's going to drop that level of testosterone, that fight, that aggression, the level which is caused by testosterone. I saw this many years ago when in corporate, when, let me tell you, I don't know. All right, y'all, come in a little closer. You ain't hear this from me, but I'm going to tell it anyway. Coming out of, I'm trying to figure out which war it was. If I was working as a paralegal, that would probably be Afghanistan, one or two. They had one of our attorneys, female, was deliberately given away as a bride to American white girl. This guy who was special forces, and I found out that is basically the only way they can really get these guys to calm down is with a family, with a wife and family, along with other things like they can play act um, in those, like the Mideast Renaissance type of fairs and things like that. Yeah, so they can, I guess, basically stay to normal levels. Understand, if you want to get your thing off, you boxing, you do sports, or you pretend that you are in the Middle Ages, but this is pretend, but it get kind of works that mind, that energy that's around them. It satisfies that. It brings those levels down. Did you hear what I said? Some of those guys, if they were lucky enough, and they came back, special forces, the killing machines, the killing specialists. Okay. After they had to come back and they were no longer in that position physically, but their heads and their hearts, their biofield were, they had to erase all of that. Well, they couldn't. They had to counteract that with the softness, the femininity of a woman. Sorry, guys, effeminate men. Nope. A woman. And children. As some of them weren't ready for children, but definitely a wife. Not a girlfriend, a wife. Now, what were you saying? So, do you think as a society or rather as an ethnicity, if we truly know what marriage is? No, we never knew in the first place. Nobody sat down and taught us that. That's something I researched. I'm picking up what you're putting down. It comes from what I have researched, what I have seen in corporate America and did not understand. Taking a course or two in abnormal psychology. Because I wanted to be a psychologist, a counseling psychologist, until I took abnormal psychology. And I'm like, oh, hell no. I'm not going to be sitting anywhere near anybody like that in an office. That was in 95. Nah. I went and got my master's in something else. Not that didn't have to do anything with humans. But I did take did get certified as a life coach. And I have the skills. I don't want to sit down with them either. Because they'll have a way of working the nerves. If I give you an assignment, an exercise to do, when we come back for our next session, it's supposed to be done. Yeah, unless you want to keep paying me like that every damn week. Hard had no idea, but it makes sense. I can say as a yes. And you were one of the lucky ones, Theo, because look what you have. Theo, you are definitely a man's man. And one thing I have learned, I have seen, observed, experienced with a man's man, they're surrounded by women. Wife, sisters, and above all, I have never been able to explain a house full of girls. A house full of girls. And they keep them grounded. Now, if they ever come under threat, oh my God, then that testosterone and that protect is coming out. And I feel sorry for the idiot who threatened that family. But then again, no, I don't. That's what they get. But that's why we have marriage. And that's here, and that's the West. That's the West. Because over there in India, a woman brings prosperity to the home. So it behooves any man to get married as young and quickly as they can. That's Hindu or India. Okay. I don't know about different African societies. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I pick this stuff up as I go, through life and through the people I meet. Yeah. hmm Yeah. So for these fools to sit up here and bash women and think that they're like, oh, yeah, that's something else that, now here's what are we going to do with these young men who feel that they're the prize? I'm not judging. Who want to sit home, take care of the babies, uh, who want the woman to take him out on the first date and open the doors for him and bring him flowers. I'm not joking, Theo. They're out there. And they're not the men who wear heels. No, not those folks at all. Red blooded American boys. Now, if I know you and you're my bae, and I see that you love flowers because you're in the flower garden or something all the time, I'll bring you some flowers. But if you're in the flower garden all the time, you're going to ask me why I brought you flowers because you could have grown some. But um, as far as picking up the tab and opening doors for you and closing doors for you like you're another woman, because as far as me protecting us, I'll do that. That's just in my training. But otherwise, um, I'm really going to question and I can't really come out and say that to somebody, but your estrogen level is higher than mine. And you're straight. You're not gay, you're straight. You just have a higher estrogen level. Now, when you're a woman of certain years and you've gone through something like a hysterectomy or something like that, when they do major surgery and your hormones are off, what they do is they give, to kind of get you back into some type of normalcy, they will give women testosterone to balance them out. And I see no reason for you not to be given testosterone to balance you out. But yeah, no judgment there. No, that's not in the stars. That's in the hormones. Now, what you're saying, there's a guy in Georgia right now who I told. What happened? Well, yeah, that depends upon where he's from, what his background is. Yeah. Theo, I am not joking. I think it's hormonal. Well, Dr. John Gray, the guy who wrote Men Are From Mars and Women Are From Venus, his words. He's got a new book out. I don't know what it is, but well, that's because they were still your grandfather. Because even though daddy was in the Air Force, Army, and whatever, Navy, and always running off to this war, that war, other, my mother had her grandfather. We had granddaddy. Now, granddaddy, let me tell you, granddaddy was sick. Even with a mentally ill granddad, he was very quiet. But boy, he knew how to keep our behinds in check. And just his presence alone influenced us, three of us. And there's just certain things you weren't going to do in that house. And if you think you can pull that one past granddaddy when he raised his voice, everything stopped. We stopped the foolishness and we started doing what was expected of us. We don't have men like that now. Yeah, we don't. And that's just it. And they're not going to get along with older men because older men think they're just too girly, too feminine. Well, what is wrong with you, dude? And then that's going to upset the younger men. And so they won't talk to them. They're going to talk to each other. But I do believe there, like Dr. Gray said, it's that hormonal level. I did not know. Um, Dr. Gray says hormones, I'll say energy. Their energy is very feminine, but also, if you're going to get into the spiritual tip, Goddess is awakened. If you want to take it there, but that's another reason why they don't want to get married. These women don't want to marry these womanly men. Not feminine, womanly. Hmm. Yeah, she's still the lady. Supposed to be treated that way. That is something that is internal, that comes out and is expressed by a man towards a woman. These women, these guys out here want the woman to express towards them as though they do shit. That's confusion. As if they, okay, let's like clap. All right, let's put the labels aside because it's gonna get confusing. Look, I was married to one and said, "Oh, I gotta go," and I didn't check it. I didn't catch it. I don't know about that because I was one of those women, and I did not know that's what that was then. I thought he was just an easygoing guy until I married him and found out that wasn't easygoing at all. That was some conniving, behind the back, passive aggressive. If you get on the phone with my mother one more time about what's going on in here, which is nothing. Uh, which it takes a lot to override. Yeah, fight or flight. Tell me about it. I just stopped fighting and I stopped flighting. So yeah, but I don't think they even have it. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I respond to manly men as masculine as I can be. I do respond in a very feminine way. I don't call that submissive. I call that that's how I respond. But to an effeminate man, and boy, I'm hanging out with the boys, and that'll kick me into my masculine. But a manly man kicks me right into my feminine. I'm balanced, you see. So how that's nowadays. Before, like I said, I didn't even understand. I'm talking about back in the 80s. I did not understand what that was all about. I don't. And you know who could care less about any of this stuff? My daughter. Doesn't care. Ma, why are you worried about me getting married? I'm not. Okay. Totally disinterested. I tell myself, oh, maybe later. Whether I'll ever be a grandparent, I don't know. I'm a grand aunt several times over, but not a grandma. We are experiencing the, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, we have to. I don't think it's. Yeah, you think we have a little too much testosterone? That's only after menopause. I'm telling you, they got pills. They've given us pills. But you know what? I'm gonna tell you something. Also, you don't know what's in those contraceptive shots. The younger sisters were given. Yeah, my sister-in-law had that, and it made her very disagreeable and very, very masculine. My brother wanted for nothing. Like, good God, if you don't know how to act, I'll marry her my damn self. What's wrong with you? You think we have too much? I'm waiting now. I don't have much of nothing left. But yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. But I don't know what we're going to do. First of all, I guess we need to stay off YouTube. That's not going to help me. But I just have ooh, okay. I have. I was going to leave this for my membership, but I found a I found a spread. It's called the Art of Life deck. It's a love spread. Let's see if I can. There goes that light again. Let's look. I'm gonna ask what's potential and what's the judgment. Let's see what's going to happen to the younger ones. I'm asking. Let me follow this. Okay. Self, loved one, situation, love advice, potential, and judgment. Those are the. Let me put my glasses over here so I can see. Um, what's the outlook for single black couples? What's the outlook? And unfortunately, I can't say this is my spread because I borrowed it from somebody. I saw it, I loved it. I'm like, let me try that. And I don't remember. So whoever created this spread, thank you. It is not my own. Mm-hmm. What's going to happen with the young black couples? Well, not couples, young black folk, young black women, young black men. What is the outlook? The outlook. All right. And I'm using the modern deck. All right, the self. Whoa! Self card, Queen of Swords. Thank God the sword is down. I'm not even going into astrological stuff with her because I don't think that's separation. No nonsense, non-emotional. That's what's happening now. Cut. Defensive. Okay, that's the self. Describe the self. Lord have mercy. This is even, here's the loved one. Loved one, look at that. The death card. Situation. Well, they got that right, so we're on the right track. Love, Ace of Cups. And I'm going to need more space. The situation. Love advice. Love advice is to keep walking. Potential. It's not working. Feeling left behind, left out. See this person, this little person here is looking at the windows. Okay, and what is the judgment? Oh, judgment is the magician. Manipulations, you can make it happen if you want to. In other words, you can make it if you try. But, probably, so what we have here is that's that masculine stance. That's that no foolishness stance. This is the death of the loved one. Bam. Death of the loved one. So there's no one to love here. Or is it a transformation? Or transformation of the loved one? Love. Where you have somebody who's keeping on walking because they've been left behind. But there's still the potential. The judgment is you can make it if you try. The magician. I can also read that as being somebody's manipulation of the masses. Are we experiencing the brothers having to? Yeah. We did that. I can feel that. Yeah, I do too. And I'm glad I am the age I am because I could not put up with that foolish. I couldn't put. Look, I've got. You see my red hair? I got brothers coming at me in their 60s with 2-year-old kids. I'm like, no, you won't. No, you won't. Still not interested in getting married. Were you ever married, dude? Silliness. But the magician is there. Magician says there's a manipulation. So all you have to do is stop allowing yourself to be manipulated. Key in with the truth. And then decide what you're going to do after that. And that should not be hard. So, how'd you like that read? That format? I like it. It's just me and you on here, Theo. No, it's another person. It's another person. Okay. Okay. I think I'm gonna use that in my membership group. Maybe something else there. Maybe something else. But say what? Something's flashing. What is flashing here? What does that mean down there? Oh, thank you very much. Somebody's laughing their behinds off. Okay. So let's see. We talked about the money. Did I talk about them? Yeah. Let's look at well, since it's just us, let's look at our YouTube money. What's our YouTube money gonna look like for January? What is Theo's YouTube money looking like for January? I'm still working on mine. Oh yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. What does that YouTube money look like for January? I'm gonna do 3 cards. Come on. It fell down there. We have, something's coming crashing in. Somebody got questions. Uh-oh. YouTube get ready to do something. Building our confidence. Building our views. Holding on to what we got. Okay, we'll sustain. Success. Okay. I'm still looking for that. Uh-oh. Hey, mind your taxes. It's coming in. It's trickling, but it'll get there. Yeah, me too. Me too. So it's trickling. And on that note, Theo, I think it's time for me to have some lunch. Yeah. So I think I am going to, I think I'm going to sign off now. I have been on here. I don't know how people stay on there for 4 and 5 hours. Well, they have other people they're talking to too also. I just can't read that long. I want to fill out. Okay, folks. I will see you Monday. If before then, over here in the DMV, we're getting ready to get hit by a super nor'easter, which means that storm is going to come right off the Atlantic Ocean and up the street and through the woods. So if we have electricity, if I have the net, I have the net, and I get back on and talk to you. I need to hurry up and get to 1,000 unless the car sees something else, and I keep on doing what you're doing. It's just gonna be the Knight of Pentacles is the money's coming slow, but it's coming. I have that same issue, which is where I'm getting ready to do the joining thing, but I've got to for the job of to localize. And that means I've got to go and drum up business from a local perspective. Okay. And see, that's what I need to do. But that's what I need to do. I need to focus more on the local level. So, your money's coming. It's just try to pull in something on the local level too. Yeah, I still like the idea of like Black Panther conventions on a small local scale, meetings and stuff, Like back in the day of Star Trek, we had these little organizations, basically neighbors and friends and cousins, would get together and just chat and shoot the breeze about Star Trek. And during the convention, the big one, people would dress up. We would dress up. I was the counselor, and just enjoy the meeting, just getting just being with friends who could just sit back and chit chat and talk like that. And they were adults. That might be something to do too, like the Florida chapter of Black Panther fan club. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. You can do fundraisers for charities and things like that. Not necessarily a money making thing. However, you can make money. All right. And that, yeah, we'll be safe because I've got everything. I got my toilet paper, my paper towel. I don't have my beans. My daughter went out there and bought all this damn pasta. So we, we got, we're going to be good. I just have to order my beer real quick and then I'll be fine. Okay, my friend. I'm going to sign off now. Much love to you and Alicia. And for y'all lurking in the background, hey, y'all take care. And if you're in the mid Atlantic, it's time to go to the store. Okay? All right. This is Grand Madam. Say until next time. Much love. Mm-hmm. Oh, now you want to come back on?